if you want to see cool architecture examples that you can give whatever you're using to build the tool, this is what they look like. Use architecture mode in Kilo code and have it just architect anything. It doesn't matter what it architects, it'll create an architecture. And then you can use that as a nice example to show to whatever model you're using to build your own tool. Have you done payment integrations before on yours?
Only things like Stripe, just simple stuff.
Yeah. That's what we're going to do here is Stripe, because it's one of those things that people tend to run into issues with and they need to see how to do it, but it can be different every single time. So that's going to be the thing.
When I say I've done it before, I've just done it like using WordPress, but it's usually a plugin. It's just really easy.
Oh, yeah. WordPress plugins, all the code's already written for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Stripe has their own webhooks, and they make, for some reason, the WordPress plugin makes you go select your webhooks for whatever reason. Otherwise, it's all there. Okay. We are going to add payments to this little app. I built this for a local brewery here in town, and it helps them come up with ideas for beers to make. They pick the season, they pick the beer type, and it uses AI to come up with ideas. Right now, the app brews up these ideas and then just shows the ideas. So we are going to add the option to let people see the beginning of the idea and then pay to unlock the whole recipe here with all of the cooking instructions and everything like that. That is our journey today. People will be able to see a preview of the recipe right here, and then they can click to unlock. And then we will use Stripe for this and Windsurf for our build. Couple bits of context. Originally, this app was created in Replit just for the design because I liked the design it made. And then I immediately pulled it down locally to my computer to actually build out the functionality. But that's basically the state that we're at right here is it's local. I have also deployed it to Railway, but we're going to work on the local version here. And it will run if I have it online. Right now, as you can see here, the app is offline, right? So the first thing we do is go into Windsurf and we are going to open our terminal. Now, if you don't know the run commands for your app, you can ask the agent to tell you your run command. Or if you know your run command, which this is most commonly your run command for all React apps like this, we just npm run dev, and it's going to pull up on port 5015, which is here. Easy as that to run the app once you have it pulled down locally. I like to test it to make sure we have our default feature set running. I don't know if I necessarily want a summer porter, but it might be a fun beer. See how it goes. Let that run for a second. There we go. Okay, so this means that our API is working, the app is functioning as we want it to, and we're ready to start adding our payment integration. Now, when you go to add a payment integration, the AI that you use will know something about the API. We're going to use Stripe in this case. The AI knows something about Stripe integrations. In this case, it is Claude 3.7 Sonnet, but it's going to have outdated information because it was trained a while back. So it saw documentation maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, or depending on the model, 2 or 3 years ago. And you want to make sure it has current information. To do that, you will generally go find the documentation. You would do something like Stripe, API integration, or React. This is a React app. If you don't know what your app is, just pop it in here. What kind of app is this? React or something else? If you built it in Replit, Lovable, Bolt, 95% of the time it's React. Unless you gave it instructions to do like a Python app or something like that. But you just give it a prompt like this. Then You have your Stripe integration info right here that you could read and tell the AI what to do for the integration. I'm going to show you a little tool that I'm about ready to launch for all of y'all. So it'll be a free tool to use. And it's this API Integration Accelerator. And what this does is you tell it the type of API you want, and you can be generic about it, just roughly Stripe API. You tell it what you want to use it for. And then it goes out and searches and finds all the documentation and writes you an integration guide that you can paste into your coding tool. So this will be available soon. Just going to copy that real quick here. So I have that guide. Crazy GHL scope. So what are you doing in GHL?
All of it. So because the scopes in GHL are insane.
Yes.
And it's one of those things like with the new private integration token, you can actually bypass the agency. It's one of those things where you're just like, it's a huge opportunity for selling apps and integrations.
It really is. I'm currently building one that is an external point of sale because they don't integrate with the right payment gateways. Just for giggles here, we will put it in here. Is it called V2? I'm trying to remember. Is it the V2 private?
I think it's V2 PIT. So it runs on a PIT token, private integration token. Yeah.
And let's just give it a use case. We want to update custom objects. And then let's put it at, we'll see if it can find it or not. That documentation is scattered. If you read that documentation, you go to one place and they just send you to another place. And then there's 5 Notion documents. This is a real challenge for it. Let's see if the tool works. This tool is still in development, but it's so far been pretty good. Let's try it out here. We'll give it a second to see if it can find anything. In the meantime, I ran this one that I want the Stripe API, use it to collect payments in a React app. And then it generated this prompt here that I can give to the AI. Basically what you're looking for are these, how to initialize it, how the responses are sent and received so that it doesn't stumble over it as much. You still have the potential of the AI going a little off the trail. This really helps keep that in line. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my plan and basically have a rough idea of what I want to do. And we're going to go over here and prep the AI. Please look over this app and understand the structure and how it works to generate recipes. Do not make changes. And we're going to let that run for a second. Let's see what we got up here. Update custom objects. You need to include your API key in the authorization header. Your API key can be found in high-level account settings. I'm not sure that's correct because API keys are deprecated now. But depending on the document type, it may still be correct. These are not custom objects. These are custom fields. I'm wondering if it can't find that document because it is a Notion file. Specifically, the custom objects document is a Notion file, not an indexable object. And what this does is, well, here it has some object name info. This crawls the web and looks for the terms we gave it, and then puts all those into an AI and reads the documents. Let's see. The nice thing, it gives you the reference documents that it found. We can check them out. It's actually using the OAuth 2 float. So it found the base documentation here for the API. That one seems to be, oh, did I copy it wrong? There we go. It got somewhat on track here from my recent experience with doing the object name, or was it this piece here? That's correct. That is what it sends back when you're doing the custom objects. And it's got the right endpoint. Not too far off. I think you just have to be super specific about what it finds, what it's looking for.
That's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah, I think it'd be on the right track. All right, cool. I'm going to give that some more testing and see if I can get it to be even more specific, but those are the right values down here. It was being generic up here at the top, but it has the right values further down. That is a good place to be. All right. Right here, we have our app that discovered what it's doing. Okay. Basically here, we are loading up the context because AI has no memory whatsoever. Those of you who have been here before know I say that a lot, but it cannot remember anything. You have to load everything into context that you want. And then your goal is to manage that context window and keep it small enough that the AI does not get lost in the context. So we're going to say this: do not make changes. I want to add payment integration with Stripe, and it will do the following. And then I'm going to paste in this integration functionality that I want. I'm going to edit this a little bit. When people generate ideas, they will be able to do this. And it's going to show the abbreviated recipe, creates immediate value perception. Users can see quality before paying. After payment, users are redirected back to the page with the recipe shown, not to the page that is empty. Now, this is something I added because I know about the app that I built. And this app does not currently use a database. It uses in-memory storage, which is fine for an app like this because it's just generating info and then you refresh the page and it does it again. So it's not trying to store user info or anything like that. But what's going to happen is when you use in-memory storage and it goes out to a payment gateway, if you don't tell it to store and pass that information back like this, it's going to end with the payment gateway and try to bring people back to the page to see the recipe, but it'll be the start over page, the fresh, no memory loaded page, and they'll lose the recipe they paid for. We'll see if it gets that right on the first build or if we're going to have to restate that fact. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, please like and follow. And if you need help building or finishing your app, click the link in my bio to book a one-on-one Zoom call to take a look at your project.